Bougie Gang, what's good, guys? Ooh, ooh. I forgot my headphones. Hello? Let me make sure my headphones are good. Oh, headphones, are you on? Okay, guys, I'm sure you can hear me, right? Y'all, it's like a damn 150 point checklist before going live. It's never everything is not always covered. Um why am I not hearing any sound right now? All right. Maybe I need to turn my headphones on. You guys are probably gonna hear something now because I took off the just a second. Okay. Are we here now? Okay, I think we're connected now. Is it gonna Okay, I got it. Okay. Hey, everybody. Okay, I posted what you guys asked me for. It's in Patreon. I put up the post. The Nesto document is no longer free. If you didn't get it before, it wasn't free. All of y'all got coins, okay? You know what I'm saying? So, all of you guys have coins. Over 700 hits on that. Probably even more than that now. That was like 2 days ago. It was like 700 hits. If you hadn't got that document yet, baby, you didn't want it. So don't complain. Don't ask me. It's $5 for the Nesto membership, and you can have access to everything that's up under the Nesto. Or you can just, you know what I'm saying? That's where I put a lot of my research is in that particular vault on Patreon. And it is what it is. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like that's where it's at. Okay, guys. So let's pivot over here. What's going on, everybody? Okay, guys, today is the Super Bowl, and y'all, there have been some shenanigans going on, and more than shenanigans, somebody was killed. Now, this is awful for New Orleans because we had something happen recently down there in the French Quarter. Then somebody runs over there in a damn Elon Musk vehicle, a damn Cybertruck, and then now this. Like it's just always something going on. Not there particularly. I've spent a lot of time in New Orleans in my younger days, and in the world in general, right? So, unfortunately, this happened to a young reporter doing his job. We don't know what the circumstances were. She could have bamboozled him from the beginning, but this is a single guy. He's a widower. His wife had passed away in a car accident a year before. He's out of town for the Super Bowl, maybe doing what men do, and he got caught up with the wrong female. Okay, let's talk about it. I'm gonna take these Sonia documents off my deck because hopefully I never to see any of this again. um okay, too much stuff. This lady is called, why can I not remember the name, her street name? Her name is Danette Colbert, but they call her, did they call her the Bayou Hustler? Hold on a second. Let me go back to my email. Girl, it was in one ear and out the other. They call her, whoever sent me the dash cam video of the girl who stole like $2 million from her job in Illinois, over there in DeKalb, Illinois, and she got that damn hoarder house situation. She's a big girl. She's a big girl, and she was over there stealing from her job. You know who I'm talking about? Passion Moon. We got to talk about her too this week. I had to look her up too in Illinois. Her case is still in progress. Passion stole almost $2 million, baby. When the cops came, my lord, her house, all it looks like all they've been doing was shopping, and it looked like they were getting ready to film an episode of Hoarders. And I'm not kidding. It's not because the house was messy, it was full of shit, full of shopping, full of $2 million worth of people's money. Girl, we'll talk about that tomorrow. But baby, Passion, somebody has a problem in that house. There was clothes hanging off the banisters. Did you guys see that? It's all up in your timeline. It was in my timeline. I didn't even think of clicking on it because I was like, ew, what is this? Anyway, one of y'all sent it to me yesterday, and I was in absolute shock and awe. Okay, that I had to go and look her up in Illinois. First, I was looking her up in DeKalb, Georgia, but turns out there's a DeKalb, Illinois, and baby, sis got charges. Okay. Girl. When the police officer says there's so much stuff in here, I'm thinking to myself, you didn't even really need to say that, sir. It is quite obvious that you are standing in a hoarder situation. There was stuff all up in the kitchen, and then they had the nerve to say she was using that money to fund a lavish lifestyle. Lavish where? She was using that to have a hoarding lifestyle. Okay. Anyway, let's get back on track. We're over here with Miss Danette Colbert, who unfortunately, unfortunately for Mr. Adan Manzano, very sad. Okay, let me tell you guys what's going on here. Adan Manzano leaves behind a young daughter. Who will deeply miss Adan, his passion for sports and the contribution he made was stolen. A 27-year-old sports anchor and reporter in Kansas City on assignment to cover the Super Bowl in New Orleans has died. Okay. According to his employer, Adan Manzano of Telemundo, Kansas City, and Tico Sports died Wednesday. Telemundo, Kansas City said in a statement. Adan was an exceptional professional and a rising star whose dedication and talent reflected excellence in his work. The news station said, "We will deeply miss him." Let me show you guys his picture. Well, let's look at this real quick. Let's pivot over here. Hopefully it's not going to kick back to the commercial. Okay. Where is my sound? Okay. Hold on, guys.
On assignment working for both Telemundo, Kansas City, and Tico Sports. Fox 4's Dave DeMarco is live outside Telemundo's Kansas City studios, where support's just been flowing in today. Dave?
And certainly very sad when you learn just how excited Manzano was to be covering the Super Bowl again and the tragedy that this young father's family has already endured this year.
I used to dream about it, but I never expected that it was going to come that soon.
That was Adan Manzano talking about heading to the Super Bowl to cover the Kansas City Chiefs last year. Telemundo Kansas City's general manager says he was equally excited this year, where he was also set to provide coverage for the Kansas City Chiefs Spanish language partner Tico Sports.
To be able to be out there and potentially cover something historic, right, with a potential three-peat, he was very excited for that.
Tico Sports and Telemundo both confirmed Manzano died Wednesday in New Orleans, with each saying they're working with law enforcement as they're investigating the 27-year-old's death.
Adan was a rising star. He was a young guy with a bright future, passionate for sports, and that's what he covered. Passionate for his community as well.
Mayor Quentin Lucas, the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and Sport in Kansas City, all among those who posted tributes Thursday. Tico Sports said in a statement, he was an enthusiastic and energetic team player who was well-liked and respected. Adan was a devoted father to his young daughter, a helpful colleague, and loyal friend. He will be greatly missed by our Tico family and will live on in our hearts and memories. Manzano's family experienced another tragedy less than a year ago when his wife was killed in a car crash last April. Manzano was Telemundo Kansas City's only journalist in New Orleans covering the game. Downing says they'll rely on their continued partnerships with Tico Sports during a time of tremendous loss.
He would have wanted us to keep going and do our best to bring all the color, all the excitement, all that the Super Bowl means for Kansas City.
And again, it's still unclear how Manzano died. An investigation is underway. Meanwhile, the station here planning tributes tomorrow during their broadcast here at Telemundo, Kansas City.
A Kansas City sports anchor who was in New Orleans to cover.
Okay, so this is, I mean, they don't know exactly what happened yet, and obviously it's still under investigation, but let me show you. Can I pull up the, hold on, so let me get rid of this. Okay. So he met up with this lady, this guy, Adan Manzano. And look at him still wearing his wedding ring. He lost his wife last year. He met up with Ma'am. Okay. Now, did Ma'am bamboozle him? Somehow he ended up with Ma'am it was his hotel room, from what I understand, in Kenner, Louisiana. Okay. He was with Ma'am. All right. Now, we're going to listen to the police chief. Maybe they can give us a little more information how he ended up in Kenner with Bebe, okay? It's very sad. He just lost his wife. His house was hoarded too. Do you guys speaking of hoarded houses, do you guys remember when they went to Lindsay Lohan's house? Do y'all remember back in the day, any of you guys, when Lindsay had the police over there? She got arrested, but then I think she called one of those hoarding shows, not hoarders, but she called someone to come help her get her one of those design shows. And they came and did like 2 rooms with her and helped her get her stuff, folded and put away, and a lot of shit. Because Lindsay Lohan, it just seemed like she may have just been running from house to house, going from LA to New York to here to there. You got stylists bringing you clothes. You got lots of money. You probably just going out buying outfits. It was a mess. It was a mess. Anyway, back on this, guys. This is Miss Ma'am. The anchor met this lady. They call her the Bayou. I think they call her the Bayou Hustler, baby. She has a long rap sheet. This is Sir. His wife died in a horrible car accident. They left behind the baby. Okay. So baby is, I'm assuming, with grandparents now. This is Miss Ma'am. Colbert was arrested at 9 p.m. on Thursday after allegedly using his credit card. Okay. She should have known better, but God is good. And she needed to be arrested. So that's her own girl. Look at that. A mess. A mess. She had on an old nasty Mary J. Look, Mary J would never, but she was trying to go for that look. Okay. Girl, look at this. They caught her on CCTV wearing an old nasty blonde wig at the hotel. Then that's her all dolled up. Manzano was seen entering his room with Colbert about 4 a.m. that morning. They said she is notorious for drugging her victims. Okay. Baby. How, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be, it's embarrassing for the family. You have a nice man, and he lost his wife. He probably was looking to, he's out of town, babysitter, all of those things. Baby's at home in Kansas City, and he probably was just trying to have a guy's night out. And that's what some guys do, unfortunately, you know what I mean? And he met the wrong trick, basically. This is her wanted sign for New Orleans. Okay, New Orleans was looking for her. She was wanted for theft of $134,039.92. Okay. She was wanted on 3 counts of bank fraud, 3 counts of illegal transmission of monetary funds, 3 counts of access device with fraud, felony, relative to theft in the amount of $134,039.92. Okay. She was wanted on that. Okay. In the 5th district. Okay. Colbert was arrested speeding in Las Vegas, baby. Oh, I got to go look in Clark County too. So Clark County, New Orleans, Jefferson Parish, 97 miles an hour in a 25-mile-hour school zone. A mess, okay? And this is it's sad. He, um and what the only thing that Telemundo is going to do is have a class and remind everybody who's traveling on business that you're on business and you need to keep about your business. They can't tell people what to do on their own free time. If you're trying to get laid out of town, they're not going to tell you can't go get laid. They can't do that. But what they're going to remind you is to be very safe, very careful, and that you can be a target. And also remind you that we are paying for you to be out of town on business, on some business, not on your business. So just be mindful of the things that you engage in, because we may not be able to come help you if you're out on some funny business, right? So it's unfortunate for him. I feel very bad for him. Um, sometimes people who are out of town are targets at bars and restaurants, especially they know that people are out, they see you at the bar or restaurant by yourself and you can be a target. So he may not have even done anything wrong. She could have put something in his drink or his food and looked like they were together, and it could have been contrary to that, or it could have been a date, who knows. But when you're out of town on business, you need to keep it on business, right? Anywho, he met up with Miss Ma'am some type of way, and unfortunately he didn't make it. Let me put this in reader mode so we can actually stand a chance on reading this. Okay. So it says the woman allegedly caught using the dead Super Bowl reporter's credit cards, along with long history of drugging and robbing men. Danette Colbert, 48 years old, dubbed the Bourbon Street Hustler. Okay. That's her name. The Bourbon Street Hustler by New Orleans locals has a sordid criminal history going back to 2012. KGPC Telemundo Kansas City reporter Adan Manzano, 27, was found dead in his room at the Comfort Suites in Kenner, Louisiana, about 4 p.m. on Wednesday. A hotel manager found him face down on his bed after a TV station called for welfare check after he missed a morning assignment. Colbert, in her previous crimes, relentlessly targeted young men out on the town, 3 wearing Rolex watches that she stole and seduced or drugged them. Manzano died after a night out during an NFL reporting trip just 9 months after his wife Ashley, the mother of his young daughter, died in a car crash. He was seen entering his room with Colbert about 4 a.m. that morning before she left alone just minutes later. It reminds me of those 2 girls who killed the guy in the hotel. They just got sentenced. The 2 girls that killed the guy at the hotel in Las Vegas. We can talk about that this week too. But it's kind of an old case, but they just got sentenced like a week or so ago. He was entering his room with Colbert at about 4 a.m. before she left alone just minutes later. She was arrested at 9 p.m. on Thursday after allegedly using his credit cards at several shops and charged with fraud and property crimes. KGKC Telemundo Kansas City reporter Adan Manzano, 27, was found dead in his room at the Comfort in Kenner, Louisiana, about 4 p.m. Danette, 48, is known as the Bourbon Street Hustler by New Orleans locals for sordid criminal history. Colbert was not charged with the crime directly relating to Manzano's death, and toxicology reports are still pending. He had no previous signs of trauma. The episode is eerily similar to numerous other crimes Colbert committed against men she picked up at bars in New Orleans and Las Vegas. Her first known conviction was a simple robbery in New Orleans in 2012. She skipped several court dates before eventually pleading guilty to possession of stolen goods and given a 2-year probation back in 2013. Then in November 4th, she talked her way out. She talked her way into a tourist hotel room and left with $100 cash, his credit cards, and a $4,000 Rolex. Colbert met 35-year-old man on Bourbon Street at 4 a.m. and inquired if he wanted to party with her. To which he agreed. He took her to a convenience store to withdraw cash and eventually to his hotel room, only to wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning to find his property gone. The plot thickened after police laid a trap at a Winn-Dixie grocery store. She had her victim's credit card 20 times, where she had her victim's credit card 20 times. Detective gave the manager a wanted poster with CCTV images wearing a blonde wig in a hotel, and he called them when she arrived on November 16th. Manzano was the only one to die, meeting her on his NFL reporting trip just 9 well, there's a mistake, just 9 months, but just 9 months after his wife Ashley, mother of his young daughter, died in a car crash. Colbert was arrested at 9 p.m. Thursday after allegedly using his credit cards at several shops and charged with fraud and property crimes, but police were too slow to catch her, and she returned 3 hours later with 2 accomplices to take revenge. "You called the police?" she yelled at the manager while he was serving another customer. Then the trio beat him in the head with a blunt object. Colbert was finally arrested with charges of second-degree battery, witness intimidation added. Altogether, she racked up $3,584.86 of stolen cards. She received a sentence of 8 years of probation and 5 years suspended sentence after pleading guilty in 2015. Colbert did not stay out of trouble long. Next, she approached a man who was drinking at a bar on Bourbon Street in November 30th of 2016. The first time by 2 other women, she again propositioned a man who woke up in a hotel missing his phone, 2 credit cards, and a Rolex. She was again undone by an observant manager who saw her buy $1,500 worth of gift cards at a Walmart neighborhood market. Another $105.45 she swindled when she bought paper towels and got cash back. This time, Colbert was jailed for 3 years in May 2017, but was out of jail in time to run up another tab on a credit card that was not hers in 2018. Okay, I lost my place for a second. Colbert was caught in 2018. Colbert was caught in 2014 when detectives gave the manager a wanted poster and CCTV of her wearing a blonde wig in a hotel, who called them when she arrived. Manzano was seen entering his room with Colbert at 4 a.m. in the morning before she left just a few minutes later. Her crime was much easier that time, as she simply found a lost credit card at the Bourbon Street strip club and charged $3,000 at Sam's. She and 2 other women then tried to buy gift cards plus a $3,000 cash back at a Walmart in Gretna, Louisiana, and arrested on the spot. For that crime, she was given 5 years probation despite repeatedly breaking earlier probations. Her next arrest was in May of 2022 over a crime earlier in January 17. Colbert picked up the woman who thought he was about to have a threesome. Colbert picked up a man who thought he was about to have a threesome with her and another woman at the Wynn Casino in Las Vegas. Instead, he woke up to a bloody nose, missing $50,000 cash, a $30,000 Rolex, $11,000 in casino chips, his iPhone 11, a Louis Vuitton luggage bag worth $5,000 and a satchel valued at $2,000. He told police he made drinks for the women in his room, but gave one of them $200 to leave because she was rude. Okay. He said, here's $200, bye. The last thing he remembered was walking the woman to the door and told the police he believed that he was drugged. CCTV showed Colbert leaving minutes after the first woman. Colbert is seen leaving the victim's room alone, only carrying a large black bag, police said at the time. Colbert was arrested in 2022 after robbing the man in the hotel room at the Wynn Casino, Las Vegas. Wynn spotted the woman at the casino again January 29th and called police, leading to her being interrogated and eventually charged. While on bail for the crimes, Colbert drugged and robbed another man in Sin City, this time at the Encore Hotel on July 9th. Yet again, a man invited her and another woman back to a hotel room and started drinking. While sitting on the couch, one of the females grabbed his head, forced it back, while the other female poured an identified liquid down his throat. He described the liquid to smell like tequila, but was unsure. Soon he became dizzy and realized he had been drugged, and the women took advantage of the situation to demand money. Through his stupor, he refused, so they attacked him until he was able to force them out of his room. Next morning, he woke up and found his Audemars Piguet Royal Oak watch worth $60,000, $1,500 in casino chips, and his credit card were missing. He checked his credit card statement, and they already racked up a bill. Another wanted posting for Colbert in New Orleans in 2021. I mean, my God. You think they're giving him liquid V? These are the same casino chips reported stolen after being drugged, police said. Surveillance video shows Colbert cashing the chips at the cashier's cage of the casino. Again, she was let out on bail in time to speed down to Las Vegas Boulevard on August 12, 2022, 97 miles an hour in a 25 per mile school zone. When the lights were flashing for the school zone to reduce her speed, it's not a suggestion, police wrote on Twitter, with a photo of her black Mustang being towed. That was the picture we saw. If you choose to drive 97 miles an hour in a 25 per hour school zone, you choose to ride to Clark County Detention Center. Okay. Despite being seen weaving in and out of traffic, Colbert insisted to police that she did nothing wrong. Then they pulled her over. The police reported showing Colbert told the officers he would have to prove she was speeding and that they pulled her over because she's black. Okay, no, she did not pull the black girl. She pulled the black card all the way out. Colbert was arrested for speeding down Las Vegas Boulevard August 12th, 2022, 97 and a 25. Police mocked her crime on Twitter, post showing her black Mustang being towed. New Orleans locals were stunned at the notorious Colbert was arrested in Las Vegas instead of being in jail. How is she out on bail? Holy shit. In New Orleans, they call her the Bourbon Street Hustler, one wrote online in 2022 after seeing her police report. Finally, record from last year showed Colbert's crime spread to a third state. Girl, her home jurisdiction of Tennessee. Okay. Colbert was arrested after police saw her attacking a man outside of downtown Nashville, Moxie, last June. As the officers approached, they saw her follow a man while yelling and pushing him until we were able to intervene. Police said Colbert was visibly drunk and stank. They said stank. Did you hear this? Y'all, it says police said Colbert was drunk and stank of alcohol. She told them she met the man while bar hopping on Broadway. Okay. She was booked for disorderly conduct, public intoxication, and released on $1,000 bond. Colbert is so far only being charged with some kind of property crimes as her previous arrest in the Manzano case. Kenner Deputy Police Chief Mark McCormick said they include bank fraud, computer fraud, illegal transmission of monetary funds, access device fraud, and purse snatching. Okay. Obviously, these are allegations in past criminal history and make us consider that we don't have anything at this point. McCormick said Manzano is a Mexico native, but went to live in Kansas City before taking his local job. Manzano was this week in New Orleans, was described as his employers as a rising star. Manzano graduated from Kansas State University and joined the Chiefs beat at the beginning of 2024 season as a sideline reporter. He was covering a third straight Super Bowl, having also been in Arizona and Las Vegas before this month's visit to New Orleans. On Monday night, Manzano posted photos of the Super Bowl opening night at the Superdome, where he was on duty interviewing players. He is also a regular soccer reporter covering sporting Kansas City and of the Big 12 basketball and Kansas City Jayhawks. In New Orleans this week, he had already interviewed Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and other Chiefs players. I mean, sad news, but this article was mainly about Miss Ma'am, who is the Bayou Bandit. Sis is a mess. Sis is in jail. I did look her up, and she is in Jefferson County right now. They don't have her on murder charges yet. They're probably waiting for the toxicology results to come back to see if there is a drug in Mr. Manzano's system. Do I have it right here? Oh, here it is. Hold on, guys. They have her on a bunch of charges and zero bond. She has zero bond now, guys. No bond. All right. Danette Colbert, she's in Jefferson Parish. Okay. She has a host of charges, but no, she has robbery. She has, she's a fugitive. They have on computer fraud, bank fraud, transaction, monetary fraud. They have her on a host of charges: purse snatching, fugitive, traffic. Like, ma'am is a mess. Okay. Hold on a second. Let's go over here and let's hear from the police chief in Kenner. This is her. Look at her mugshot over. There were a couple of press conferences, but I like this one the best because you could see her mugshot the whole time. And I knew you guys would like that. You guys love a good receipt. So let's go.
As you know,
can we hear? Oh, let me put my girl. If I put my headphones in.
Working this around the clock. We had some new developments last night. And just to back up, upon the detectives processing the hotel room, Mr. Manzano's hotel room, they had discovered that a credit card was missing. It was the same credit card that was used to check into the hotel, as well as a cell phone that was missing. They additionally went to the front desk and reviewed the video surveillance from the security cameras in the hotel. And that's when they observed Mr. Manzano arriving at his room about 4:30 or 5 in the morning on February 5th. Entering the room, short time later, the female left and then came back. And then by 6 a.m., she left and never returned. Mr. Manzano was not seen on that security footage after entering that room. Investigation led us to develop a suspect, Ms. Danette Colbert, who is on the screen behind me. Ms. Colbert has quite a record and rap sheet for confidence games, access device fraud, and robbery schemes. So the investigation led to a search warrant and an arrest warrant, one being issued for the person of Ms. Colbert and the other for her residence in Slidell. The Kenner Police Department, along with the Major Crimes Task Force, did locate Ms. Colbert in the city of New Orleans last night about 10:30. She was taken into custody. She is still in the city of New Orleans being processed as a fugitive. With the assistance of the St. Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office, a search warrant was executed at her residence, at which time Mr. Manzano's credit card and cell phone were located inside that residence. Some narcotics were found, as well as a stolen firearm. We don't believe the firearm's related to this case. So that's what we have at this time. I'm willing to answer any questions you might have, and we will make available the past arrests. It's important to note that Ms. Colbert's criminal history does include 2 instances where she drugged a victim and stole his access device cards and things of that nature.
Will Ms. Colbert be charged with murder?
Well, right now, the only crime we have are property crimes. This, like I said, this investigation is still ongoing. I just want to give you an update, but as soon as the coroner finishes with his findings, and they will classify it as either homicide or whatever death the evidence leads them to, and then these charges could be upgraded.
Is there any evidence that he was drugged? Were the drugs found in his room? Any evidence that he either ingested or was given drugs?
We have nothing at this time, but like I said, I think as this investigation goes forward, it might lead to some criminal activity such as that.
When did the first ping of her using his credit card actually go off? And is she cooperating? Does she work alone?
I don't have the information as to the pings of her cell phone. I guess it was shortly after the warrant was applied for and received. We have not had her back in this building yet. She's being booked as a fugitive in the city. So as soon as that process clears up, the investigators are anxious to sit down and talk to her.
Can you spell her first and last name, please?
It is Danette, Danette, Colbert, Colbert, and we'll be disseminating pictures and information on her.
You mentioned previous allegations of drugging, but none of the convictions that she has in New Orleans or Jefferson Parish actually involve drugging. And guys are saying that I left my card or I woke up and couldn't find my card. Has she been convicted of drugging anybody anywhere, or where exactly are those drugging allegations? Where did it occur?
One was in 2022 in Nevada, where she was actually charged with introducing a substance, a foreign substance. And the other one was in Jefferson Parish. I believe it was 2 years ago.
When investigators reviewed surveillance video, was it pretty, was she someone that y'all are familiar with? I guess is what I'm trying to ask.
We're not familiar here in Kenner, but there are investigators in New Orleans that are familiar with her. She's, as a matter of fact, and looking through some of the files and some suspect cards in the city of New Orleans, she was stopped quite frequently in the French Quarter, and she's known to, for these fraud schemes.
The body was found in Wednesday night.
I'm sorry?
The body was found in.
It was found on the 5th in the afternoon,
Yes,
about
but he was
3:45.
disappeared all the Wednesday morning.
I'm sorry?
He was disappeared all the Wednesday morning.
He was seen on video entering the room with Colbert about 4:30, 5 o'clock in that morning, a.m.
Is it possible to tell when he was entering if he seemed intoxicated or drugged or anything like that? Are they able to tell? Was he wobbling on his feet?
No, I wouldn't be comfortable saying that at this point.
Chief, two questions. Was any contraband of any kind found in the room? And number two, was the credit card or cell phone used? Stolen?
There was no contraband found in the room.
No contraband located. The credit card was used.
Right. And the credit card was used
Where was it used? In the city of New Orleans.
in the city of New Orleans.
So what is the working theory here?
Well, we take us where the evidence leads us. We investigate, we don't speculate. So I think in the next 24, 48 hours, we'll have a lot more answers. I mean, these detectives have worked around the clock and have developed this case this far, which, I'm impressed with. So we'll have more answers this time tomorrow for sure. And as we get information, we're going to pass it on to you, which is the reason we're here today.
Do y'all believe she worked alone?
At this moment, we have nothing to indicate that she was working in conjunction with anybody else.
And do y'all have any surveillance or anything showing that they were together in New Orleans, possibly going anywhere?
Well, like I said, we're still putting information together. Our investigators are working with NOPD to see if there's any information such as that. That's one reason we put out the release this morning with a picture asking anybody if anybody has any information, if they've seen her in and around the city of New Orleans with the other potential suspects or victims, please notify us immediately. That could help us go a long way with this investigation.
Chief, what does the criminal history of this woman tell you about this woman and what she was capable of doing?
Well, she plays a confidence game. She's definitely a career criminal. All her crimes are against persons such as access device frauds, simple robberies, thefts, things of that nature.
So she has a history of finding her way into person's confidence, maybe into the rooms, and at some point robbing them, drugging them. I mean, what is?
Well, we know of 2 cases prior where this has happened, and in this case, so there's definitely 3 cases in which she's got access to their personal information and their credit cards in that manner, and there's several others on her rap sheet that don't go into that much detail.
Have y'all been able to locate his next of kin, because there's a young child involved since his wife had a terrible accident less than a year ago? Or do you know if they're here in New Orleans?
I don't know their whereabouts. I know the coroner's office is responsible for notifying the next of kin and making those notifications, and they have.
Is it possible you guys will release any of that hotel surveillance?
It is still being processed. It's still evidence in the crime, but at one point we'll release it.
Are you comfortable saying which hotel this happened at?
Well, there's a lot of confusion out there about which hotel it is. So it is the Comfort Suites here in Kenner. And I feel I have to say that because some other hotels have been misnamed in the media, and it's just not fair to them.
Chief, you said she lives in Slidell.
Yes.
Are you all working with Slidell PD? Do they have any information?
Yeah. So St. Tammany Sheriff's Office actually helped us execute the warrant of the residents, and they found some the stolen firearm. They found some narcotics that they're handling that part of the case.
A stolen firearm and narcotics, baby. She's not getting out. She's done. Her escapades, her sexcapades, her conpades, her all of it. All of her shenanigans are over. And also she's under investigation for murder. So ma'am is done. She's done. If she gets back out again, then it's a problem. If she ends up on the streets again, they're gonna really have to do some explaining, because this is absolutely ridiculous. As much as the Daily Mail was able to pull on her, that was absolutely ridiculous.
Her too?
We all pull from the same source, so they have the same information we have.
You know, if this is where the gentleman was staying as he was covering the Super Bowl, the Comfort Suites, was that his hotel room?
Yes. And like I said, the credit card that he used to check in, the detectives realized that was not in his possession or in his wallet, which led them to get a warrant and search the background of where that credit card was. It was active, which gave them some information to develop the suspect.
Chief, is there anything else that you can add about?
No, it's just everybody should be aware of their surroundings, and this brings to light that there are people out there that prey on other people and bring them into their confidence and victimize them. You asked if this was a homicide. I don't know where it's going to end up. Like I said, we're going to let the evidence lead us to the end result and not speculate. But these are the kind of things that can happen if you're out in any city by yourself, or it's a major concern. I know that whenever you have a major event like the Superdome, you get these traveling criminals that do come in and find suspects. Find victims. So it's something that people really need to be aware of.
You say it would be somewhat of a cautionary tale not to, fall victim to this type of crime.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a shame that this man, lost his life at all. But what can be learned from it is that, these criminal acts do occur, even though they probably all occurred in New Orleans. It ended up here in Kenner, a suburb, a bedroom community in New Orleans. So you never know where these kind of criminal acts can occur.
Thank you, Chief.
All right. Anything else? All right. Thank you. And we will have updates. Like I said,
I mean, it is a cautionary tale. What did he want the man to say? I mean, he's not trying to shame Mr. Manzano, but the cautionary tale is you're out of town on business working. You know what I'm saying? You need to be handling your business, okay? And again, companies can't tell you what to do in your off time, but this is not a time to be fooling around. And also, whether he got conned into hanging out with a hooker or he solicited a hooker, I get it. The guy's single. He lost his wife. He's out of town. You know what I'm saying? I'm not condoning that behavior. It happens. It absolutely, it's not the Chiefs' role to make an example of this man as you're announcing what's going on with this woman. But I think anybody with some common sense um, knows that whether you're out of town on business or you're out of town on vacation, you need to be careful because there's people who know that you're out of town. They know that you have disposable income and they're trying to get it. They're trying to get it. They're trying to take advantage of you, especially people who want sex. People who have to pay for sex and want sex real bad enough to pay for it and entertain hookers. They're going to try to take advantage of you. Period. If you're thirsty out here, thirsty and horny, that could lead to you losing your life. Okay. So that's, that's less likely to happen to us women. Women meet men and get put into odd situations different ways. But there are some guys out here that don't mind picking up a hooker, and it can lead to you being very embarrassed and dead, very dead.
I think, we've come a long way in the last 24 hours. I think
I'm just going to say, I feel sorry for the little girl who not only lost her mother in a tragic car accident, but now, your young dad, your nice, good looking dad with a good job, did a lot of really great things. Unfortunately, his memory has to be tarnished with a trip to go do his job. And it's questionable what he was doing in the off hours. You know what I mean? And got caught up basically with a con woman who may have led to his death. So that's horrible for this girl to have to, that she's gonna have to, oh yeah, your dad is there, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's sad. I feel sorry for her. All right, let's go to her Facebook page. Someone said that they found her Facebook page. I did too. Let's go to it. Y'all, baby, Queen Jackson. Okay, Miss Queen. Now, this isn't very updated. I wonder if she has an Instagram. I'm gonna see if I can find her. If you see her Instagram, y'all, let me know. The same person who found her Instagram, if you see her, if you found the person who found her Facebook, if you found her Instagram, let me know. So here she is in Las Vegas. Look at that. Hold on. Drake likes a good working girl, okay? A lot of those men do. Okay. Okay. Ma'am was now she has a couple of kids. She has a little boy and a little girl, which we're going to try to avoid showing them. But if she cared about her kids, she wouldn't be posting up all this stuff and have them on her working girl page. Okay? I'm sure, obviously, with her shenanigans, they must be in some sort of other custody anyway, with either the daddy or the grandmother or somebody else, because sis is obviously on the prowl. So they found her in Memphis, Tennessee, Las Vegas, and Louisiana, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Memphis, Tennessee. Okay. Danette Colbert, currently sitting in Jefferson Parish Jail, Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office. And unfortunately, Adan Manzano had the unfortunate pleasure of meeting her and circumstances revolving around that meeting, Sir is no longer alive, and they left this little baby girl out here with whomever is now taking care of her. I guess I'm assuming some grandparents or aunties or uncles. Very sad. He looks like a nice guy. I don't fault him at all. Life is not easy. I'm sure losing your wife at a young age is probably awful. And you know, I don't know. I don't fault him at all. I feel like that he got duped and taken advantage of. Ma'am came through and he fell for the okey doke, unfortunately. Now ma'am's sitting over there. Okay, we'll go through these pictures one more time and then I'm gonna let y'all go. A mess. So I guess so that was them. They made a poster out of seizing her vehicle. Poor guy. I feel bad for him. Anyway, yeah, he's been through a lot. And he probably I'm sure he's popular in his hometown, 27 years old. He's on the news. He's got a good job. His wife just passed away. He probably can't be out there dating yet. So he was trying to handle business quietly, right? No strings attached. He probably didn't even want to date yet. So he was just looking for a good time. If that's the case, that might not even be the case. But let's just say that's a scenario. Okay. Anywho, you guys tell me what you think down below. Crazy, right? We've got her on the list. We will be following that case. Let me just tell you something else. If you are keeping up with Sonia's lawsuit, Sonia, it's civil. Sonia finally has a civil matter. Everything is civil. Well, her getting sued by Janice Ridgway is civil. I think they've got court tomorrow. Don't quote me. I will not be there. I promise you. I've got other things to do. I'm not interested in this civil matter. I'm sure Blabbermouth will go live and tell us all about it. In her own special way. But yeah, there's lots of court tomorrow. I think the landlord from Detroit who got arrested, I think she has some sort of preliminary exam on the 11th. There's lots of court this week. I need to check my spreadsheet and I'll get back with you guys on what's going on, but I feel like this week has a lot of court going on. Is there anything for Nesto? No, and no. I told you guys he didn't have court till June, and we've heard it this week on multiple occasions. Nesto does not have court again until when? Until June. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but shoot, she could have put something in his drink in the hotel bar or something. You never know. It always seems to involve like a drink. So he could have been downstairs having a beer or whatever. And, we don't know. Somehow they entered onto that lobby, from the lobby to the room. I wonder if she had Instagram. If you have Facebook, you kind of have Instagram, right? Let's see. Queen, what's she call herself? Queen girl. She calls herself Queen Jackson. Girl, Queen Jackson. I'm sure there's 50 Queen Jacksons, if not 500. Let's see what's going on here. I don't think that's her. Danette Colbert. Was she out here with her government name? Nope, that's not her. If any of you guys find her Instagram, let me know. When I do Danette Colbert, it comes up with all the stories. Okay. Okay, guys, I guess that's it for right now. Anyway, you guys have a good day. I know you guys wanted to go over phone calls, Cobb County visit. I will come back and do there's one set of calls that was which one? I'm going to come back and do one set but a little bit later. Let me get myself together. Let me handle my family, do some things around the house, get up off this computer for a minute and engage with my family, and I will be back. I feel like you guys got enough to get caught up on. Try Google image for what? Oh, for her Instagram. Do we want her Instagram that bad? You guys want to see what's going on her Instagram that bad? Let's see. Ooh, let's see. Google images. Hold on, let me see. Do I have a picture of her by herself? Let's see. All right, let me get a picture of her by herself because I pulled the. All right. It's like, which picture do I use? She looks different in every single picture, but let's try to get a picture of, like, every picture she looks different. I wonder, okay, I'm going to pull this picture because she's like a little more made up. Maybe if I'm sure if she's trafficking herself, she's probably not going to put a toe up from the flow up, right? She's probably going to try to put something that would make somebody want to holla for a dollar. Oh my God. Let's see. Holla. $1, $1, $1, $1. Okay, let's see if this pulls. If this doesn't pull anything, it's all. Well, I found out where her jacket came from. Is that a Shein? It's a Fashion Dime jacket. Okay. Her jacket is over on girl, look at this. Okay. This is her picture here, and then it pulled up all of the like jackets. Okay. I would need to. She doesn't look the same in any one picture, so it's not pulling to her Instagram. It's actually noticing the jacket more. And her mugshot is probably going to just pull more articles with the mugshot. So I don't know if that's going to work. Queen of Zamibia. Try Queen of Zamibia. Okay, hold on. I looked at her, but I don't think that's her. I saw that first. Queen Jackson. I don't think that doesn't look like her at all. Come on now. Look at the pictures. Ma'am is 48. This woman, I don't know how old she is, but she's not 48. She's not 48. She doesn't have the same face. Ma'am is toe up from the flow up. And this girl looks like she's some sort of an influencer with almost 50,000 followers. She looks like a fitness model to me. She's giving a little, little health and fitness. That's not her. I don't even want to show her. I don't think that's her. I don't want to show her in this broadcast because I don't think that's, it's not fair, but I don't think that's her. Yeah. I don't think that Queen, that particular Queen Jackson is the Queen Jackson that we're looking for. Now, granted, ma'am looks decent with makeup on and all the stuff, the lady who just got arrested, but this lady is clearly not. If she's 48, she looks really, really good. But she gives a different aesthetic. This lady's actually really fit and thick. The lady who got arrested is thick. She's just thick and big boobies. The lady that you sent me to, which I saw her profile already, she's giving more physically fit thick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's a difference. Okay, guys. Yes, please like the video. Hi, Dr. A. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, you guys. Let me get off of here so I can come back, because if it's too much, I need to spend some time with myself and my family and my office and get my clothes together and things of that nature. So I will be back and we'll do at least one phone calls from prison. I know you guys want to do a Cobb County visit, but let's get caught up on the calls because we got plenty of time for the visits. And okay. All right. Okay, guys. Love you guys. Hit the thumbs up for me, please. Likes do matter. Make sure if you're not subscribed to this channel, but you like to be kept up to date on what's going on, you can only do that if you are subscribed, or else you'll be popping into the chat talking about, I didn't get a notification. And we know that's on some BS because you got to be subscribed. You need to be subscribed, and then you need to hit the notification. It has to be before halftime. If you miss it, hun, it's okay. I know the Super Bowl's happening today, but baby, I don't even know. I can't even tell you what time it's starting. Any of that. So if we happen to, it's starting at 6. Thank you, dear. It's starting at 6 o'clock. Just come back. It'll be okay. Just come back. Okay. We might be having some fun while you guys are watching this. Everybody's not watching the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. Okay. Oh, who's the halftime show? It's a bunch of not a lot of people from New Orleans, right? Oh, Kendrick. Yes. Girl. We're not going to even talk about that. Maybe we'll talk about that tonight. Why are they in New Orleans with so many wonderful icons from New Orleans, and there's no one from New Orleans performing? Maybe there's a few. I don't know. Maybe they've added some things. I don't know. Let me be quiet. Okay. All right, you guys. Where's my outro? Okay. All right, you guys. I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, I didn't say Lettucey didn't count, but the lineup was look, I'm one person. I'm one person's opinion. I'm not a radio station. I'm certainly not a music expert. Just one person's opinion that is just one person's opinion. Okay. You guys enjoy the halftime show and enjoy the game. And I will see you later on the YouTube streets where we will not be talking about the Super Bowl. Okay. You guys take care. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys later or not. Okay. Bye.